Have you ever had a dog who was so smart that you think he shouldn't fucking be a dog? That he's too smart to be a dog? I say that because I have a dog named Deebo. I call him Deebo because he has two different color eyes. It's a reference to Friday. If you haven't seen Friday, then you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is gonna be a story time slash random conversations because they kind of tie in with each other. I'll start off with the story time first. Devo is a dog of mine. He's one of my two dogs. Uh, he's like half Cocker Spaniel. I don't know what the fuck the other half is. He was given to us by our neighbor. Now, in paper, it sounds easy. It sounds simple. He was given to us, but it's not because we're going on 2 years living here this April. But when we first started uh, coming to clean the lot to where we live, which was in February, this motherfucker was already here. I think he was somehow tied to this lot. I don't know. I think he had his first fuck here. I think he busted his first. I don't know. But ever since we started cleaning up this lot to start living here, he would always be here. He knew what time we would get here, and whenever we would like drive by to stop to go inside the lot, you'd see him running down, like, and just receive us, like if he's a butler or something. So for the first, let's say, 4 to 5 months, he wasn't our dog, but he would always be here. Like he would sleep here. He would we would throw out the leftovers, like the shit we don't like, the wasted food, and this motherfucker would eat it. So maybe he thought, okay, this is my new home. The problem is, our neighbor, she's a nice lady. She didn't get like real fucking anal or uppity about it. Every now and then she was like, "Is my dog here?" And he was like, "Yeah," but he didn't want to go. So it made me think either they beat him or they have him tied up. Turns out it's a little bit of both. I mean, they don't really beat him to like mistreat him. They beat him because he was fucking mischievous. And they did tie him up because at the time they didn't have a fence or a gate, so he would just wander off. And before we moved here, he had a habit of killing like smaller dogs and cats. I don't know why he doesn't kill them now. I don't know. Maybe it was a phase. And so it keeps going on for about almost a year. Then he starts getting sick. He gets mange that we cure. He has since he was born. We took him to a specialist recently, and he has something in his left eye. I don't fucking know exactly what it is, but I took him to a specialist, and he's like, well, it's something. It's a type of bacteria or virus. I don't know that dogs get. That it doesn't hurt them, but they can't get rid of it. It's pretty much like a fucking web of eye boogers. And my mom told me that when she used to have a dog in Mexico, they would get a manzanilla, which is chamomile. They would boil the motherfucker. They would dip a rag in it, and it would just rub his eye, and it would come off. I mean, you can make it come off, but he can see better. I think it's like glaucoma for dogs. After a few times, after a lot of times actually, he gets sick and we cure him. The neighbor's like, you know what? You can keep him. Don't worry. So we keep him. That's the story. Now here comes the oversimplified part, that makes it complicated. Whenever they would tie him up, this motherfucker, I don't know how the fuck he will break a chain, an industrial chain, and bring his ass over here with the fucking chain dragging. It got so bad to where to where they had to use a strong fucking chain that it actually got embedded in his neck. Like, you would take it off and he would be bleeding. Now, I think that's animal abuse because, I mean, this fucking dog just wants to be here. Why not just let him? One of the times, he actually got manged twice. The first time, we cured it instantly. The second time, it was a motherfucker to get rid of. So, my neighbor, he has a kennel where, it's a metal kennel, where he would put his dogs whenever they had mange so they wouldn't, like, infect other dogs or make it even worse by rolling on the grass, because apparently that's how they get it. I don't really know. So I put him in the cage, in the kennel, after I put on the treatment for the mange. This motherfucker got out of the kennel, but in an ingenious way. Like, hijo de su pinche madre. What he did was he noticed a weak spot in the kennel, in the roof of the kennel. And he started, what he did was, like, this was him, this was the roof. He started going like on his tippy toes and he just started with his back, started hitting it. Like to the point where he got it open and he just fucking got out. My dog is a little representation of the dog version of El Chapo. 5 times he got out of that fucking cage. Now the first time I noticed it, okay, so I turned it over and I put a fucking cinder block over it. I don't know how the fuck he got the door open. I wake up the next day, the fucking door is open. He's over there taking a shit in the grass. How the fuck did he do it? I don't fucking know. So I just, you know what? Fuck it. Let nature take its course. If you're gonna die, cabrón, you're gonna die because you're the fucking Chapo of dogs. I try to help your ass. No, you don't want any help. You decide to escape jail. You escape capturement. It's amazing how this fucking dog can survive all that shit. Because not only that, he didn't just survive mange. This fucker was hit in the head with a machete by some asshole. We never found out who it was. He got hit by a fucking school bus once, and he got hit by a car twice. This fucker's been through an assassination attempt, leukemia for dogs, or whatever that is for mange. He has a fucked up eye, and 3 accidents. Speak of the devil, he's right there. This fucker will just not die. He's only 5 years old. My neighbor told me that he was 5 years old. So, and he looks too fucking active for a 5-year-old dog. Pinche Deebo. So, I don't fucking know how that's possible. Maybe he made a pact with Satan. I don't know. But I don't think that's normal for a dog. And I'll leave it there. Do you fuckers have a dog who defies the laws of life? If you do, let me know. Catch you fuckers in the next video. Que hola culeros. You can see my last video acá. You can subscribe over here. And you can see all my fucking social medias aquí abajo. Now you better fucking watch the last video because you never know, it could have been funny. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it on Facebook, Twitter, anything you can share it on. So get to it, fuckers.